Hi guys, sorry I couldn't be there today. Today we're going to go through lessons 6.3 and 6.4. We're going to start with postulate 7, which is the parallel postulate. Now this one's a lot of common sense. If you have a line and you have a point, there's only one way to draw that new line parallel to the given line through the given point, because otherwise it wouldn't be parallel. So that's called the parallel postulate. Moving on, we have theorem 18. This is kind of like transitive or substitution with parallel lines. So if we have two lines that's parallel to the third line, they're also parallel to each other. So let's look at the picture down here. A and B are parallel. B and C are parallel. So you can think of it either as transitive or by substitution. We know that the first and last, A and C, would have to be parallel with each other. So now we're going to talk about the construction of the postulate we just referenced. You will need to know how to construct a line parallel to a given line through a point. If you don't remember how to do this from your construction project, here is a link. Or you could just Google this or look this up on YouTube yourself. This is on your assignment and on your test, so please make sure you know how to do this construction. There's usually some confusion with Theorem 19 versus Theorem 17. Theorem 17, we don't know that the lines are parallel, and we're trying to prove that the lines are parallel by the new angle pairs that we have. Theorem 19, the lines are already parallel, and they are forming the new angle, the relationships that we just determined earlier in the chapter. So, again, if they're not parallel, you have to use Theorem 17. If the lines are parallel in the beginning, you have to use Theorem 19. But otherwise, two theorems and their corollaries look very much alike. Please make sure when you use these corollaries, you reference back to Theorem 19 or back to Theorem 17, depending on which theorem you are referencing. So sometimes you're doing proofs, you will be asked to do a proof of a specific theorem or corollary, and just note that you can never use that theorem or corollary within the proof that you are proving. It's kind of like if you're defining a word, you can't use the word to define it. So for the next example, we're going to complete a proof for Theorem 19 Corollary 1. So make sure you do not use Theorem 19 Corollary 1 within your proof. Now just remember, look at your assignments, look at the heading. If it says you're proving a certain theorem, do not use that within the context of that proof. All right, this is the proof of Theorem 19 Corollary 1. We're given that line A is parallel to line B, and we need to prove that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Now, if you look at this, you know that they're parallel, which means it has to be Theorem 19, and you know they're alternate interior, which means it would be Corollary 1. So you can't just say 19 Corollary 1 because we need to prove that this is a true theorem. So what we're going to do is start at step 1 and just work our way through. Step 1, how do you know they're parallel? Well, that's given. Step number 2, how is angle 1 equal to angle 3? Well, those are corresponding angles, so that would be definition of corresponding angles. Number 3, angle 2 is equal to angle 3. Well, those are vertical angles, so you would use the vertical angle theorem, Theorem 6. Now, for number 4, let's look at all the previous steps. What reasoning could you use to prove Theorem 4? Look at step 2 and step 3. What could you use? That's right, substitution. Since they're both equal to angle 3, we can substitute it to make angle 1 is equal to angle 2. So step 4 is by substitution.